Good morning to you guys. How are you? For those who are in LA, whether you're misplaced, whether you lost a loved one, my heart is with you guys. And I'm praying for you and your family during these difficult times. I hope you're in a safe place. And, guys, I'm going to do a poll here. Hello. I don't know how to. Is it this way? Pin to live stream. Oh, that's if you have products. Hey, hi guys. Trying to figure out something here. Oh, so I could share things with my audience? Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that, guys. That I could share things with you on here. So let's try something today. I am just trying to figure out so guys, I'm trying to figure out this. I want to hold on, guys. I think the pizza guy is here. Hold on one second. Let me grab the pizza. And don't come at me and tell me it's too early for pizza, guys, because I know you guys. I know how you guys are. I didn't check it, but hey, good morning. Pizza? Hello? The people deliver for pizza? Okay. Thank you.
You ordered pizza?
Huh?
Are you ordering pizza?
My husband did.
Alright.
Thank you, sir.
Hold the phone, Gabby. Hold the phone.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Here, guys.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
Gabby, my phone is online.
Oh.
Gabby, why was he staring at me like that?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm like, I was like, you giving me the pizza? He was just standing there just staring at me like,
Not doing nothing to you?
yeah.
I was so
That
afraid,
was weird.
That was so weird. That was so
Yeah, I mean, if you're here to deliver pizza.
I was like, no, like, sir, you left the pizza on the ground.
That was weird, Gabby. That was very weird.
You could just left the pizza
Hello.
on the ground.
Hello, hi, how are you? Yeah.
Mom, you could have left the pizza on the ground.
All right, you want me to grab your plate? Have pizza, guys. Yeah, he was just looking. Normally I would have left it out there. Next time I'm gonna leave it out there because he was weird. Yeah, he was weird. He was just standing there staring at me.
Like,
I said, Gabby, you took over my hat now. You took over my hat. I didn't put my hat on for a day, and you took it over. I didn't put my hat on for one day, and she took it over. We're gonna go to the store. We're gonna buy some stuff to make some soup later. I didn't put my hat on for one day.
Mom, are you getting something? For the convention, you're gonna make a lot of food.
Oh yeah.
We gotta go to the store.
Hopefully there was a snow on Saturday. I think he ordered chicken too.
Yeah.
He ordered this. This is not pizza, is it?
Yeah, that is pizza.
Is it pizza?
Yeah. People get that.
Yeah, but there's chicken.
This is the wings.
I asked him to order chicken.
Because we asked him to order
Little
chicken so for the convention.
So here's the wings.
Mommy, we might need our wings to come with us to the convention.
Here it is.
Yeah. Mommy.
It's a lot of chicken.
Let's bring the wings for
Good morning, Moya. and Gabby had pepperoni extra cheesy.
Because you're going to like this extra cheesy.
Yeah. Half cheese, half pepperoni.
Now.
All right, go get 2 ginger ale.
Hold on. Let's get out the pizza.
Good morning, guys. I'm having my cereal.
Half cheesy.
You get half cheese. Oh, my hat fall off your head. That's my hat, guys. It is snowing outside. Good morning. Is anyone watching me from LA who has been affected by the fire, or your loved one, friends? That's a lot of food. Who told you it's for 2 people? So I know you're just watching me for the first time if you say that. But welcome. It's nice having you over here. Happy I was able to get your attention on live this morning. It is not for 2 people. And as you see, I'm eating cereal. I'm not eating a pizza. You gonna cover back the pizza box, Gabby?
They're in Papa my laptop.
Yeah, you do. You see them from morning? So when they come, they will
Eat it all.
yeah. When they come there. Isn't that what happens when the pizza comes? If they pick it up at the door? Yeah, when you come, you get pizza.
They could go on the road and eat it all. And just save me some for later.
You're not gonna eat it all, though. So it's gonna be there when everybody comes. The pizza will be there. It will be there for them. And it will be coming soon. Good morning, guys. Oh, it's your first time. Welcome. It's a pleasure having you here. Monet. Good morning, Monet. How are you? Welcome to the Martin family. Woof, woof.
Dogs cannot talk.
Dogs cannot talk. Say good morning, journey of my life. Good morning. How are you?
Dog cannot talk.
That dog just talked, Gabby.
We talked for him.
Happy Saturday to you too. Wasn't that cool? Because it's our pet. She don't want you to touch it. Gabby, let your pet say hello.
That dog. Remember?
Thank you so much.
I have a picture. I can take care of it.
Gabby, could you say hi? Could your pet say hi? What's his name?
Luciana. I mean Lucy. Lucy. Her name's Lucy.
I'm about to go outside. Okay. I'll be going out there shortly. It snowed. So I mixed Pilates today because it snowed, and when I got up, my car was all... I don't know why I don't put my car in the garage. I need to work on that. But there is so much stuff in the garage, all over the place, misplaced. And then every time I put my car in the garage, that's the time they want to take their bikes out and scratch my car up.
Well, I used to do that, but not anymore. I can't ride my bike anymore. When I can't.
Quite quit
Mommy,
exploiting your child to
Mommy.
get likes.
Mommy, Mommy,
Exploiting my child.
Mama.
Yes, Mama.
I don't even remember how to ride a bike.
Quit watching my live for views. Quit watching this channel and don't come back. Hey Martin, I saw your post this morning about a cruise ship member. That's a good, definitely a good. I would love to listen. I would love to know the experience being on board. Chef Chevy, how are you? I did not get to go to Pilates today. And guess who's wearing my hat? Guess who's wearing my hat?
What hat? What
Huh?
hat? What hat?
Somebody was wearing my hat.
But I don't do the hat. What do you mean what hat?
Yeah, I would love to hear about it. I would love to. You're asleep because you worked last night. I had all the sleep. I was so frustrated yesterday. When I went upstairs, I just went straight to bed. Like, guys, one thing I can tell you about having YouTube is it's like it distracts you from a lot of distraction. You know what I mean? So, you just get in a funk of a mood. When you come on YouTube, it's like, unless somebody really come on here and piss you off, but otherwise than that, it just changed your whole mood and everything. Because yesterday, I was out. Like, I was out. This yesterday when my pet peeve was like, I was out. All my pet peeves have been violated. Mm-hmm.
Mommy,
Hmm?
man, you ate that so fast.
Man, I hate this so fast. Gabby, I don't want you to be watching my food, When Daddy buy it, he tell you to watch me?
No.
Okay, so why are you watching me then?
I was just around. I was just watching the vlog when they were spinning. Give a dog! Give a dog!
Gabby, sit. Hey, make sure those red hats don't touch my white hat that you have. Woof, 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 woof. There's Gabby Puppy. Hi. What's her name, Gabby? Hello.
Lucy.
What's her name?
Lucy.
Lucy?
Mm-hmm.
Lucy like in the book? Jack and Lucy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is, hey, we gotta watch the time though. This is Gabby's dog. Her name is Lucy. Gabby, your hand has on thing. You're messing up the puppy, man. Look how much red stuff on the puppy. What type of mother are you? Tomato sauce all over the puppy. Child. And she don't want you to, Gabby, your hands are red. Let me show them. You're too selfish.
My hand is
This is our Hello Kitty. This is the one that has the heartbeat.
It's not a heartbeat.
What it has?
It's the voice.
It has the voice and it has the heartbeat. She's so selfish with our stuff. All right, here's your plush animals. Here you go. Here you go. Tired of you.
It's a responsibility, so I can take care. It's a responsibility.
Oh, that's your responsibility?
Yeah.
Okay.
To take care of pets. It's like you have a pet. Can I have a pet? Can I have a dog? Can I have a cat?
Here's a dog. Here's a dog. She wanted a dog for her birthday. Here's a dog.
I want a real dog.
That's a real dog.
No, it's not. Now you're just embarrassing, Molly.
I'm embarrassing?
Yes.
I'm embarrassing?
Yes.
Ruff, 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 ruff. You hear the dog barking? Until she want her real dog, guys.
Puppy do not hear this. Puppy do not hear this.
Puppy, they don't hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Said she wanted a dog. She got a dog, right? Isn't that a dog?
This is a plushie dog.
That's a dog. A dog is a dog. I am done. I had some cereal. Have no business eating pizza. But I took some of those, what do you call this stuff though? I don't even know. Cheese sticks.
That's cheese sticks.
And that's it for me. And I ordered some chicken. There's some chicken here, but I want the chicken, but I don't feel for it yet. I'm gonna have to go to the store. Yeah. So Chef Chevy, make sure you get in some rest. Make sure you don't overwork yourself. Make sure you get your rest. I literally just got up out of bed. Swear. Literally just got up out of bed. And I'm not ashamed. Because I was like, hey, I wake up at 5:30. I was on my phone. And then I'm supposed to leave about 6:37 for Pilates. And so I got up. I checked the security camera. All the cars are frozen. And I was like, okay, probably by 7 o'clock, it's not going to be that bad. I just canceled my Pilates because I'm like, sometimes Maryland doesn't get snow, but when it gets snow, it gets snows. And I'm like, this year is one of those years. But guess what? I'm not complaining, guys, because there are so many families that are being affected now in the LA fire. There's so many family who lost their home, who lost their all the memories they have of their family because they had seconds to grab what they want. And I don't want to emphasize enough, and I can't emphasize enough. That's why, Gabby, your hands are red, mama. Wash your hands. You're gonna mess up my hat.
My hands are not red.
Gabby, listen. Wash your hands. You're gonna mess up my hat. Yes, and there are so many families who's been affected, but what we always have to understand is material possession can be replaced. I don't care if you may not get back that nice house. I don't care if you may not get back that nice car. As long as you have life, always have a go bag. Always have a go bag. And not because I have a master's in Homeland Security Management why I'm saying this. I got in at 2 p.m. 2 a.m. It must be 2 a.m. My God, I'm tired. Yeah, not because I have a master's in Homeland Security Management why I'm saying this. I'm saying this is life happens and anything can happen. We live in America. And at any time you can hear a buzzer go off, grab and go. Grab and go. And so if you hear grab and go, you have to take the most essential thing. Sometimes you got like 10 minutes to evacuate. And what I've seen happening in LA is there are people who are still trying to save their home. They were watering, they're doing that. That's fire. Yes, their cars. I'm like, those cars could be moved, but they had enough time. A lot of, like, now their evacuation order being given to a lot of them. And a lot of people is like, I'm going to stay because we may not get affected. Oh, you're going to take your car, cell phone, and laptop. So my question to you guys today, how many hours do you guys need? I wanted to do a poll here. Let me see if I can create, no, that's a post. I wanted to do a poll, but I don't think, let me see how I can do it. I was trying to do it earlier. Okay, let me ask a question. Hold on. How many hours? One second. Whew. You need to Gabby, don't spill anything there. All right. So I just had a question. I wanted to do in a poll, but I'm just gonna leave it as that. How many hours do you need to evacuate? If you are at home right now and you got an alert on your phone, you have to evacuate. Now, how many hours do you need to evacuate? You need 24 hours? Okay. You need 24 hours to evacuate. Why would you need 24 hours to evacuate? And guys, the question is, how many hours do you need to evacuate? How many hours? What happened here, Gabby? Give it to me. How many hours do you need to evacuate?
Like.
Do you remember me? Yes, GTA, you are one of my first subscribers when I started YouTube. Of course I do. Welcome back. It's nice to see you. So you need 24 hours to evacuate. Well, Chevy, I love you so much. And if you need a day to evacuate, I don't like that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get you ready so that you need at least 10 minutes to evacuate. Okay? 10 minutes. The maximum you need to evacuate your home in an emergency is 10 minutes. And I think 10 minutes is pushing it. Okay? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to get all your important documents in one place. Okay? One place. Get all your important documents in one place. Get a to-go bag. Go to the store. Gabby, do you want to go get my to-go bag upstairs?
What's that?
Huh?
What's that?
My to-go bag. You want to go get it? It's in my closet. The black bag. You want to go for it?
I don't know.
Please go for it for me. The black bag that's near my closet on the ground. Go for it for me, please.
Okay.
Leave that. I have a to-go bag and I'm going to show you. And that's for major emergencies. So I want to share that with you guys today. I was grounded why I wasn't able to. Oh, it's understand. I understand. I believe in discipline, and that's what I'm lacking in my household, discipline. And so if your parents can discipline you and ground you and you listen and you understand that they're just protecting you, that is a very good thing, GTA. And you got to listen to mom and dad because nobody loves you like them, okay? So I love you. Yes, I'm now 6,000. I know when you just started with me, I was like 500 subscribers. That's a few months ago. So yes, thank you so much. And thank you for returning. But always listen to mommy and daddy. They love you so much, okay? So I am not in witness protection. You say you're not in witness protection. You don't have to be in witness protection, but because I love you, why I'm telling you why it's important to have a to-go bag, right? Every household should have a to-go bag. The reason why my to-go bag no longer have food, because my kids know that I got food in my to-go bag, like snacks, little things that can keep us for a while until we get rescued. Water. They go in there and they take it out. So guess what? I stopped having those things for to-go bag. The mafia, feds, nor CIA not looking for me. Well, you don't have to be looking for you. But we live in a first world country. And not just a first world country. A disaster can strike at any time. Natural disaster can strike at any time, you know? We are not the one who governs the earth. We are not the one who make the last call in anything. And there's a lot of things that have been done behind people's back that we are not aware of, right? And unless you're sitting in those rooms to prepare your family to evacuate, then guess what, my love? You got to be prepared. So I'd rather you to be prepared than not unprepared. Like, I have a beautiful home, guys. Got a beautiful home, expensive stuff. I love it. Trust me, I love it. But guess what? Ain't nothing in this house is worth my life. Ain't nothing in this house, otherwise than my children, my husband, and my 2 stepkids that's in this house, is worth my life. And when I say grab and go, we have a 3-story and we have an emergency ladder. So say for instance, we can't exit right here. We can exit through. No, I'm not prepared for nothing. But you rather to be prepared. That's not my bag. Daniel, go in my closet right near the glass part. You see a big black bag. Bring it for me on the ground. Go put it like that. It's on the ground. The big black bag.
You said
not a black bag. You better be prepared than be unprepared. Have you had a lot of 8 recently? I know when I was moderating, they could get crazy. So I have some very good moderators, GTA. Chef Chevy is one of them. And they're adults. And one thing I love about Chef Chevy is he's a no-nonsense person. He don't put up with craziness. If you come on here and you say something out of your mouth sideways, you are out. Okay? So I have like probably 8 moderators, I think. And they're pretty good. And even if they're not on here, I mean, if I'm going live and they're not on here, I just, sometimes I leave it, sometimes I don't. But even if Chef Chevy's not commenting, sometimes he's watching and you just see he'll be cleaning up the page, So I'm pretty, they've been doing a pretty good job. So I don't really see craziness on here like that, Yeah, the channel has definitely grown since then. But Chef Chevy, I'm going to show you. I am not, one of the things is my congregation, it's mandatory that we all have a to-go bag. And also, I have a master's in Homeland Security Management. And so if we need an escape route,
What's that?
I would have to be able to draft that up. The only thing I'm missing from here is a map. But I kind of have an escape route in my head. But nevertheless, we probably still gonna need a map. And so that's the only thing I'm missing from in this bag, okay? It is very, 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 very important. And I'm sharing this with you guys because I know oftentimes people are trying to evacuate. They're grabbing cups, chinawares, they're grabbing expensive shoes, they're grabbing expensive clothes, they're grabbing. The only thing you need to have a bag. I would say a change of clothes, like a pack of t-shirts that probably you guys could change and change over into, but you're not going on a luxury trip. You got to leave in 10 minutes. We got an alert here that we got to leave in 10 minutes. I have this raincoat, and one of the reasons why I have this raincoat, in the event there's any radiation and we are somewhere and somebody has to go out to make sure the hair is clean. We have this here because, in radiation time,
Mommy,
you're definitely gonna need a raincoat. Yes.
What's all of this stuff?
That's to prepare for the emergency, Gabby.
For the storm?
Not just a storm, for life itself, okay? For life itself. So this is it. There's a radiation mask that you put on with this, and I have it upstairs, but they just don't know exactly where it is. Because you want your bag to be real light. You don't want it to be heavy. You want it to be something that you can grab and go, okay? I have a documents in a fire bag, a fire thing. And so therefore, 5 minutes, I open that, I grab my documents, I have it in the fire pouch, and we're out of here. That includes birth certificate, social security, passport. And so I put it there for expert protection and just not in here. But, what emergency, any emergency right now in California, they're experiencing a fire. There's so many people lost their home, and they have a few seconds, some of them, to evacuate their home. Less than 24 hours, okay? I know people grabbing clothes, grabbing this. Always have your tank full. Always have your tank full, okay? So if there's any emergency that you gotta go, although sometimes the highway may be backed up, always have an escape route. It is very, very important. So while everybody will be taking I-95, you gotta have an escape route, a back road somewhere where you can get out, okay? And don't wait for the last hour to evacuate because the road will be jam-packed and you may not able to get out, okay? I have first aid kit. I can't ever keep first aid kit because my kids they're just so crazy. So I just have the Band-Aid, take the first aid kit out because guess what? They're crazy. Have a flashlight. This flashlight is really too big, but I do have a flashlight in here because just in case we're somewhere and we need to, what do you call it now? To survive. So this is one of the raincoats in case if there's radiation. This is to drop into our water. If the water supply get contaminated and we got to go by a stream or something, we can drop it in our water and we can survive, okay?
What's that?
Tape. Tape is very important. You never know what you might need this for. So always have this in place in your emergency bag.
What do you need tape for?
We're experiencing winter now. We live up north. And so in the winter time, we probably just have to leave. We probably just got to get out of here. We get 10 minutes. We get an alert, evacuate. We got to have to leave, right? Your family must have a meeting point where you guys going to meet. In the event of emergency, that's where you guys meet. So if my phone is not working, if their phone is not working, we know our meeting point. We know exactly where to meet in an emergency. Okay?
Mom,
Yes.
Mommy, when is what's gonna happen? When?
It's not gonna, we don't know. We don't know. We just have to be prepared. So if something happened, we are fully prepared. Okay? So these blankets is what you use to cover yourself. If you're outside, if you gotta survive outside in the cold, you're definitely gonna need these blankets. I have kids, and so therefore, Gabby, leave. So therefore, I have a lot of them, right? I have a lot of emergency blanket, not just for my kids, but I can give to others that I may meet along the way that may be caught up in something. What do you say? I am stuck in the snow. Can you meet me up? No way. I'm not risking my life to come for you in the snow. That's why we have 911. All right, Gabby, hold on. Okay, we have a charger here, and this is for this radio. This radio is
you showed me that, remember?
this radio has solar on top. It can charge itself. I don't know why she thinks she's calling it like that, because she's not your mother, she's not your father. And so we have a radio on here. We can stay tuned. If the radio station is still working, we have a weather alert, so it can tell us what's happening out there. All right, let me turn it on a little bit. Hold on, guys. Oh, I just powered it on, but it's on lock. Hold on, guys. I don't know why I put it on lock. I don't know why she's called. Don't answer her, because she's not your mother. She's not your father. Hold on.
Working?
Hold on, Gabby. It's working. It is on. Hold on here. I don't know what's going on there, Gabby. But I definitely need to check this, because it's on, guys. So the radio should tune in. And it has enough power. The weather alert is on. So if there's any emergency, it's going to tell me when the weather is, what the weather is out there. Gabby, I'm trying to turn up the volume. I don't know what's going on. It was playing the other night, remember?
The radio. And the wee.
Yeah, it says off now. But
We're pressing it on.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. What happened, Gabby?
I don't know. Why is it saying wee?
I don't know. So here's the lights, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure this out, because it was playing when we were about to have the snowstorm. Oh, I think it's locked. Hold on, guys. Let me go through this. I don't want to spoil your hope, but there in America, I get an emergency. What do you want? Miss Natasha? Okay. All right, go. Don't be yelling our name like that, okay? All right, get your stuff. Get your words and get your stuff, okay? Good luck on your stuff, okay? All right, love you. All right, guys, let me try to fix my band here, because I don't know. It is on, but there's some lock thing that I have up here that I don't know what I locked or how I locked it. Let me see. But there's nothing is gonna save you in the worst case scenario. Just saying. Well, Chef Chevy, you never know. Never happened before, so you never know. But I'm gonna fix this. So this is iodine. In case there is radiation, we have any exposure to radiation, these are what you can take during that time. And so we have this for radiation. We do have a first aid kit here. Flashlight. If you gotta travel at night, we got a flashlight here. This is winter time, so these are hand warmers. So if you gotta leave your home, read the middle point. If you get an emergency notification, 60 minutes or less, nothing is going to save you. 60 minutes or less to vacate our homes. Chef is, you got to talk about yourself. Remember, I have a master's in Homeland Security Management. So you got to talk about yourself. It's probably nothing is going to save you, but I don't know about that. I absolutely don't know about that with me. So remember, our project was to be on the area that we live. So this is our flashlights. We have more than one because I have my husband. And guys, I have a walkie-talkie. But let me tell you, the walkie-talkie that I have, I told my kids I had the walkie-talkie. So guess what? So the fact that they know that it was here, it is not in the bag anymore. We have a little soap just in case we're able to take showers. We still have the little flashlights. And there's a few things. We have extra batteries. There's a few things. I'm happy that I came into the bag today that is missing. But then again, when you have children, you have to make sure you're going through. There's no water in here. Water do expires, but I change them out every 6 months.
Mommy? Rita?
Yes.
You know I have water in my room we can borrow.
What? Water?
Yes.
Oh no, I keep water in here, but as I said, when you got children, that's what happens. So I'm kind of happy. I'm like going through there. I don't see the walkie-talkie because we have a walkie-talkie that if we got to separate and go different ways, and our cell phone doesn't work, we're able to communicate, me and my husband. So I'm gonna have to find out what the kids did with that and get it in here. And if they can't find it, I have a lot of tape, guys, because sometimes tapes are very important. You never know what you might need a tape for. So I have those tapes. But there's quite a few things that's missing out of this bag. And I'm happy that I'm like going through it right now because who knows? Chef Chevy, one thing I can tell you, I know I live in America and I know that 295 will be blocked up, okay? But if the president can escape DC, I can escape. And me and my family. But the thing about it is to get them to cooperate. That's the thing about it is. Because I can barely get them to listen now. So to get them to cooperate in real life emergencies, it'll be the whole different thing. Probably the only person I'm probably able to save really and truly is Gabs. Because they may not listen to me, you know? Because if they ain't listening now, they may not listen at all. But I want to get this band thing working, and I don't know why it's not working. Don't know. Because it was working the other day. I see it's on lock, like it's locked right here. I don't know what this lock sign means. But I see the lock down here. But this is the power button. This is the power button. Because normally the alarm goes off and it go boop, 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 boop. I don't know what happened here. Let me call him on my phone. I don't know what happened here, guys. Hold on. Let me call him on here. But I'm going to have to get this fixed. I'm going to have to find my walkie-talkie. I had some t-shirts in here. They're gone. The water is missing. Oh my goodness, I'm going to call you back, bro. Jesus, give me a break. You didn't even give me enough time to call him back. You said, cause there's 5 inches of snow, and like I said earlier, I got the first stage of frostbite, and from being outside 30 minutes, and it hurt so bad. Yes, hello? Be careful. Yes, baby. I am fine. I'm on my live, and you were calling me on that phone because I was using that phone. Gabby's doing her tutoring. Gabby's in class. Huh? She is with Aunt Tasha. Yes, but her tutoring starts. You definitely would need a fire firearm.
$35 connection charge applies.
Oh,
See
I
third-party
thought.
factors affecting cellular networks.
All right.
Welcome to Staples.
I am so pumped. My business is gonna kill it this year.
Oh, gosh,
Awesome. How can I
mercy.
help?
First, a new computer.
With Staples Home.
Hold
and
on, guys.
Office
Let me
Modules,
mute
use
this. I couldn't turn it off, but I finally get to turn it off. When it couldn't turn off, but when it did turn on, I could not turn it off. No, I need to turn off this flashlight at the front. I need to go through my whole drill, bro. All right, so this is off. So now I need to turn off the backlight up top because it's gonna drain the battery. So this light is still on. So I gotta turn this off. And this is what is charged with solar. Stream bomb. Yeah, stay out of the cold. I don't even make my kids go out there. They went out there one time and I don't make them go back out there. I can't lock off this part up here. Oh, so that's the siren. It has a siren on it.
Hey, Mommy, how do you use Dr. Seuss book?
Dr. Seuss, it was over there. Yeah, hold on.
Where is it? I need for my Bible study.
Yes, Gabby eat pizza. She's here, but you know she's not gonna sit where we are. She's eating. I'm trying to lock off the top one now. I'm figuring it out, but I'm trying to lock the top one. But regardless, guys, make sure that you guys have an emergency bag. Put fun and joke aside. Say, for instance, it's not a bomb. Say, for instance, it's just, as you said, those homes are being burned and they have to go. You have to leave. They're not going to die. They can evacuate and go somewhere else. We need to work on our grab and go bag. Something that we will need. Something that we're supposed to have some snacks because probably there's no stores open probably for the next 8 hours. So as I tell you, with my kids, them are go dead for hungry because every time we put snacks in the bag, them take it out. I had t-shirts in here, them take it out. I had walkie-talkie, them take it out. And so I keep replacing these stuff and I can't keep replacing them no more. So I think your daddy might be calling you. I need a bottle of water. I need to get the water. But as we say, we have this thing to pour in any water just to purify it, you know. So make sure. Don't get left because you're saying that, hey, there's no escape route. And what's the point? Or a lot of people, they couldn't escape because their car didn't have enough gas. Literally, their car did not have enough gas. And can that happen to me? Of course, because I'm not the only one who's driving my car, okay? And sometimes I go outside, my car is empty. I'll fill my tank, and when I go out there to drive, it is empty. And no matter how I talk, and now I'm kind of happy that Aliana is going away to school, because the fact that she's going to school, it kind of helped me with my gas consumption because they be driving out my gas in my car. And it's not because I'm okay, see, it's finished up there, so turn off. It's not because I'm not prepared, but it's because, you know, I got kids they don't take life that seriously. And I don't need to scare anybody, guys. I don't want to say, hey, oh, she's paranoid. Oh, Jesus. I might seem paranoid to you guys now, but the reality of it is real life. And there are people who are trained, like myself, to prepare you guys for an emergency. There's people, if there is a panic, they're not going to put it on blast to everybody at the same time. It's just not going to happen. The phone lines are going to get jammed. There's so many things that are going to happen. But for the last moment, you're going to get a blast alert. And probably that last moment, you may not have time. You may not have time to grab all the necessary things you need. Huh? Hello? Oh, yes, what happened? For what? But you know she's not going to sit here if we're sitting right here. You know that, right? Okay. Okay. Yes, guys. So we always have to try to make sure that we have our emergency stuff ready so that if there's an emergency, we can just grab them. I see a lady in California, she was trying to find her passport in a fire and to see if it was safe. And she was looking for her wedding ring. I mean, as long as you have the passport number, then you can replace your passport, or you can replace your passport regardless. But sometimes these documents, they're so hard to come by and they're so time consuming to get them that you just want to make sure, you know, that you have these things on hand. You have your passport, you have your driver's license is going to be on you because 95% of the time our driver's license, we have our driver's license. But sometimes our birth certificate is somewhere, our social security is somewhere, and they're all over the place. And really and truly, those are all the things you need to go. The clothes can be replaced. The house can be replaced. And if it's not replaced, as long as you have somewhere to live, and you will find somewhere to live. For me, I would have to grab my computer because, you know, I work from home. Although the government will replace my computer, but then the line to go get an ID card back to go in my computer to work, it's going to be a lot. So it would be better if there's an emergency, I grab my computer. Whether or not I can connect to a VPN where I'm going, but I have my work phone and my work computer. If I lose them, the federal government will replace them. But at least I do have them to prevent that delay, right? Because these are things that I work on. My cell phone, I need to have my cell phone. It probably not be fully charged. As you see, no, my cell phone is not fully charged. So it may not be fully charged, right? But oh well, if it's not fully charged, I may not be able to communicate with my loved ones. And so my kids need to know, in case of emergency, where I'm going to be. Don't leave that spot because that's exactly where I'm coming, right? In a panic, everybody's trying to get their kids. You can just imagine that. And I would have to go to three different schools: college, high school, and elementary school. So you see what I'm saying? It will be a lot of commute in emergency. As you say, a couple minutes will definitely not be enough to do that. But there are people who will actually get ample warning. Like right now, there is evacuation notice to many people in California. Still, even though the fire may not be in their path, they have ample time to prepare evacuation. There's a thing that says it better be safe and sorry. But some people is like, hey, I'm going to stay and I'm going to fight and I'm going to save my home. Oh, well, if you can save your home, fine. But I'm not fighting. As much as I still have a mortgage, I am not fighting to save my home. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. If insurance doesn't cover fire, oh well. I'm able to live again. You know, I'm able to breathe. And so we never want to be caught up in the mindset of, I want to save these material stuff why I don't evacuate. Right? So 60 minutes get you all in 3 places. I don't think so. If the kids are in school, it will be difficult. If the things aren't, my kids already know. My older daughter's school is not far from my youngest school, so they already know the plan. Like if something like that happen, where you need to head to, they know exactly where to head to, so that my pickup can be much easier. You know what I mean? And so, however, you know how though they are, they're gonna want to do their own thing. Because, and that's why it's important as parents to get her kids to listen to us now. Because if they can't listen to us now, then you can't save them. You can't save them. And that is something that I'm struggling with right now, guys. I'm actually struggling with that as a parent right now. Because it could be a simple thing. You're telling them to listen, and they won't listen. They won't. They won't. They have their own mind of how things work, and that's how they want it to be done. And what that can do is that can not only put their life at risk. Hello, Fiverr. How are you in Germany? They can put their life at risk. And sometimes as parents, we probably just have to leave them. Sometimes you just have to, it's like Noah and the ark. You just got to take what you can and just leave what you can't. Nice, so nice to see you. And so, as parents, especially with today's kids, especially teenagers, we just gotta, that's the point where we would have to just draw the line to say, hey, guess what? They ain't listening, we gotta go. Because if I tell you, if there's an emergency, and we gotta leave, make it to this point, because that's where I'm gonna pick up. If you're 5 minutes away, make it right here, because my car may not be able to come to you and then go to that one and then go to that one. Make it right here. And you don't make it, I'm gonna have to leave you. Do what my mom used to do when I didn't listen. Tell me what your mom did. Because what I get to realize is every kid is different. Every kid is different. And this whole young, this new set of teenagers, they're in their own way, especially because technology is so prevalent. Like I was watching on TikTok the other day, this lady had a 14-year-old. Some guy rang on the door, and she answered the door, and she's like, hey, how may I help you? And the guy was telling her that, oh, well, I'm here to see, like he would say, I'm here to see 504. And he's like, who's 504? He said, oh, we played a game together. And he's like, she's like, that's my daughter. I know you're not going to see her. So our daughter was at the door. Oh, mommy, it's my friend. She's like, where do you know this man from? How old are you? He's 34 years old. So he's 34 years old communicating with a 14-year-old. She gave her parents' address because she invited him over to come and play the game. How do you protect that? You know what I mean? Because when these kids have their mind made up because they have technology, and then when you try to like limit their use of technology, like say for instance, if I disconnect my child's phone because she has an iPhone, she's still able to use it. Anybody has an iPhone, she's able to FaceTime them. So, you know what I mean? Well, the shoe, you said the shoe or anything really. Learn how to fly. It's normally in Germany, especially in East Germany. And I got my first flip phone when I was 14. I think for Gabby, I don't think I would give Gabby a cell phone while she's a kid at all. I mean, she can have access to one, but like to give her one, I won't do that. I won't do that because I did it with my other three. I gave my oldest, I gave her a phone from she was like probably 7. But then it wasn't those type of phone where you could go online like that. But as time improved, I gave her I gave her a iPhone, because iPhone she wanted. But then, as parents, you can monitor your kids. But these kids are so smart. Let me tell you how smart they are. They're so smart that they will have an app. You will go in their phone and you will not see anything because they have an app that whatever they do, they are able to hide it in their phone, that they're able to communicate with whoever they want to communicate with. And so it is hard. It is hard for us parents because when I was growing up, I'm not going to say kids don't want to, when kids want to do what they want to do, they're going to get it done. They're going to get it done, whether their parents know it or not. Tell him to stop being extra with that trash bag. Oh, okay. So you know exactly is who. I'm so happy, Chevy, you're so, yeah. I just got distracted, but Chevy knew exactly what's going on here. But yeah, it is so crazy. And sometimes as parents, when we tell our kids things, it's just to protect them. I've seen a mother. She was in Richmond. I don't know if Chevy know of this. It's like 2 years ago, a twin. And what happened to her daughter was going to some party. And she told her, like, hey, do not go to no party, right? And so she left for work. And when she came back, her twin sister says, she went to the party. She went to the party. And until today, I don't think they found her. She's dead, though. Because they found her cell phone. They found a lot of things to prove that she's dead. But I don't think they actually found her body. Because wherever she went to, or whoever she went with, she never made it back. And this child was like probably 16 years old. So you'll say, okay, your parent was not protecting you, right? Your parents would, a lot of people who don't have kids will say that, oh, so where's your parent? She wasn't protecting you? What type of parent do you got? Some parents have to work, right? Some parents have to work to take care of their household. I have to work, but God has made it that I'm able to be home, work from home, and still being able to monitor. But does that stop anything? It really doesn't. Because children, they're going to find a way to do whatever they want to do. And I don't know if because they're so young why the devil tries to tell them things. And their way, especially with TikTok and all of that, is always the right way. And being adults and being a more experienced and based on our past, because some of the things that these kids are trying to do, you probably already tried doing that as a kid. And supposedly you probably know what the outcome is, right? Or if you didn't do it, you may see a friend who did it, right? And you kind of say, oh, that didn't turn out right when I was growing up. So we once had an emergency call for a 12-year-old girl who had a dog, a helicopter, and a lot of firefighter working on the call. Turned out she met up a 22-year-old boy that she had met through Facebook. Yes. And you would think with all the training that you have given your kids, you would think that with everything that you have told them, when I was growing up, if my grandmother say something, or sometimes you hear adults say something, it kind of like save you from a heartache or a pain. They'll tell you stories like what you just said. She met up with a 22-year-old boy on Facebook and 911 was working for a child who just didn't listen, right? 911 was working so hard for a child who didn't listen. But other parents would say, oh, I give my kids all the tools. I have my kids in church. My kids, I made sure they listen to everything I say. My kids will never, ever do that. Never. They're smart enough to know that you don't meet somebody online and go somewhere. You don't communicate with somebody who you don't know because you don't know who's behind the screen. And it is so crazy. But yes, still they do it. I remember even for me, I'm an influencer, right? And so I was on here and somebody was saying they were coming to Baltimore. And if they could meet up, if we could meet up just to go get some, and Chef Chevy come on and it's like, no, she's not meeting up with anybody. He just came in right away and be like, I was trying to be nice, but he just came in and he's like, no, cut that out. She ain't meeting up with nobody. Okay. So even as adults, it can happen, it can happen to us. We let our guard down. But for our children, we have to try to protect them from danger. But sometimes as parents, as hard as we try, sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you just can't. And what I would say is, look here, hold on guys. Look like this haven't been plugged in properly. Yeah. So as parents, we often have other parents who just sit and they just become parent all of a sudden when they don't have children, or they have never experienced what it is. Oh, I would do this and I would do that. If that was my child, I would have done this and I would have done that. Until that happened to you, don't speak. Until you could be the best parents. My adopted mom always tell me this. She's like, when my girls were growing up, hold on, kids really need to listen. You never know what might happen, but child have their own set of mind. You only try to tell them over and over, but sometimes even that doesn't help. It doesn't help. With this generation, it doesn't help. You might find 1% of children today who are spared. And I'll give you an example for me. When I was going to school, I had a girl in my class, right? She was in my class. Her mom was a nurse, like a nurse practitioner. And her brothers and sister, they were highly educated. She was the youngest one. And I tell you, this kid had so much potential. When I tell you she was so smart, she was not only the last born, but she was a very privileged child. But she was into boys. She was into boys. And I really liked her because she was just a nice kid. She was a great kid. But she would often go to the nurse. She would literally pour stuff in her eye. And she would go to the nurse and tell the nurse that she has an eye problem and she can't see out of her eye and that she needs to go home. So in Jamaica, they don't call your parents. They don't call your parents. And so they just let you go home because that's how it works in Jamaica. It's not like in America, they call your parents to pick you up. And so she would leave school oftentimes. No schoolwork, like nothing. But the person she was meeting up, something bad happened to her. Something really, really bad happened to her. And I was the only one because I was the only one she could confide in because I know she was leaving school. As much as she was my friend, I would not have done that with her, But something bad happened, traumatizing happened to her. And so now she had to tell her mom, right? But the way she told her mom is like, she didn't know the persons. Like, it's like she was still trying to protect the persons who hurt her, right? And she didn't graduate high school. She didn't. Her whole life was just torn apart. But the good thing is she was able to get a second chance. And the reason for this is, the reason why I say this is, this child, she was raised in church. She had good parents. She had her mom and dad together. She had siblings who were real successful, who gave her everything she needs. She had proper guidance. She had great teachers. She had good friends. But this kid wanted what she wanted. She wanted what she wanted. And I always tell my kids that when I was growing up, like when they were growing up, I always tell them the story. I always tell them that. And sometimes if your mom see a friend and your mom says, nah, that one right there, she may not know the child. She may not know nothing about the child. But it's something that that parent is sensing when they say, that you probably need to sit back and think about, why my mom don't like this person? If she never met this person and she don't like her, right? Say for instance, my daughter, she has a friend in school. I'm telling you, it's a very good kid. Looking at her, she's a good kid. She looks like a good kid. I don't know. She looks like a good kid. But there is something that I'm picking up that I, honestly, if I could put my hands on it to tell you what it was, I could have said, well, don't talk to the girl because of this reason or because of that reason. I don't know what the reason is. So I was talking to my older daughter and I was saying, you know, there's this girl that I just don't want my child to be around. I just feel like it's just bad news. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just bad news, right? You know what my older daughter says, Mommy? I was saying the same thing too, because remember one night we went out and we were able to take her and we were able to bring her back at 1 o'clock in the night. Her parents didn't call. Her parents didn't see who she went in the car with. I went to pick her up. Her parents didn't come outside to say, who's taking my daughter? Her parents did not meet me, okay? And we didn't get back until 1 o'clock in the night, and her parents didn't even call. So you're probably right. Probably is something that you're picking up. She's like, I pick up the same thing. I'm like, why is this child at this age? It's just so open. It's just so... So when your kid hang around people like that, and you as a parent who's trying to protect them, they don't want to listen. They're not going to listen. They're not going to listen to you. They think that, oh, my mom is just being too stern. My mom is just being too hard. And life emergency may happen where you may tell them something, but because their friend says something else, they're going to want to follow their friends. I feel you. I had a good friend once. Fiverr says, I feel you. I had a good friend once. He's now in prison for making a lot of illegal substance. No one would have expected that. Omar says, love and a blessed day. Thank you so much, Omar. Yeah. So I don't care. Can you put a bad apple with the good ones? What's gonna happen is it's gonna spoil. I don't care how good you are. So you gotta choose wholesome and good association. I'm not gonna say all your friends are gonna be good, but you gotta be strong enough to lead your friend group and know when to say no than to be a follower. Because when you're a follower, it doesn't turn out good. And you know, when you're going to high school, right? You think that your high school friend, sometimes it is. Sometimes your high school friends is a lifelong friend forever. Well, how many times do you really see those persons who, and I would like to ask you guys on here, I know you guys have been to high school. How many of you is still in communication? If you had 5 friends at school, okay, 5 of them, and you and 5 of them used to walk together. You were so close. Anywhere you see the 5 of you guys are there. Until today, is still in communication with all 5 friends, or all 3 friends, or all 2 friends. Sometimes you leave high school, you don't even know where they are. You don't know where they disappeared to. Right? Life goes in so many directions. Sometimes the kid that you saw at school that had so much privilege, when you see them as an adult, they're struggling. Yeah, they're struggling. You'd be like, oh my God, I remember when that kid was going to school, her parents was rich. She had everything. But look at her now. And never ever, I hate when people judge parents about, hey, you're parenting. Hey, you must have not have been a good parent. Why this happened to your kid or why that happened to your kid. It has nothing to do with parenting. Unless you're a parent, stop saying that. It has nothing to do with your parenting style, how a child turned out. You can give a child all the tool in the world. You could label bad, good, wrong, right, do, don'ts. You could set, and this is what I don't believe in. I don't believe in which I'm learning of laying things on the table for your kids. And the reason why I said I'm learning is because I never had it as a kid, and I was always looking for that. I kind of like lay things out on the table. I lay it out on the table for my kids. Like, hey, I want this, and this is the path to go here, and this is the path if you go here, and here you go. But that still don't determine how your child is going to turn out. Yep, one of my school friend named Melly used to feel better than anyone else, and actually that way too. Now she's struggling with money and left in general. Yes, they could have everything in the world, guys. These kids could live in a nice house. Their parents drive the latest cars. They take all the trips around the world. They grew up in a family of both parents, good moral values. They go to church. When these kids get older, they're going to choose the life that they want. Some children, sometimes will, because it's enrooted in them, even if they divert from it, they are able to come back and to go back on the right path. But some of them just get lost. Some of them lose their lives. Sometimes it's the parents, sometimes it's the kids, sometimes it's the friends, and no real truth. Well, as I said, sometimes you're right. Sometimes it could be the parent. Sometimes it could be the parent. Absolutely, it could be the parent. There'll be things that probably you not see on the outside that make facade as something that is amazing, but on the inside, it's not. Sometimes it's the kid. They have it all, but they don't want it all. They want something else. And they can't wait until they reach the age to make a decision to say, this is not what I want. Right? Sometimes it's friends. Do you know that sometimes, though, you could have a very good kid at home? All right, look, for example, I don't know if you saw online the other day. This kid unalive somebody. So he wanted to feel what it feels like to unalive a person. Had the body parts in his house, and his mother went into his room and saw it. Hello, from Bernie, how are you? Went to his room and saw it, and his mom called the police, right? How many of us parents are strong enough to know that we raise our child in a certain way, that if we see them get in trouble, we're strong enough to say, hey, I'm going to turn you in. You know, oftentimes as parents, we don't want to do that. We never would want to do that, right? But sometimes when you do that, you're doing it for the betterment of them, so that they can learn from their mistakes. So they may be hanging with people that you may think may be bad influence for them, and probably sometimes they may be the bad influence for the kids that they're walking with. You never know. You never know. It may appears to be one thing and then it's something else. Got to get back to work. Thank you so much, and I hope you had gotten some time to take your vacation this year. But you say got to get back to work. Don't trouble tackle you down. You're a good person and a good mother. See you around. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fiverr. So nice to see you. Yeah. So oftentimes I can say that with this generation, with this generation that we're presently raising, for a parent to keep your kids properly grounded and secure and safe, it requires a lot of work. When I say a lot of work, a lot of work. You could give them the world. It is not enough, because we live in an AI world. We live in a technology world. We live in a world that everybody do what they want. Even the president do what he wants. Say what he wants. And it's okay. You know? And so manners and respect is gone. You know, back in the days when I was growing up, if I was doing something bad and I saw an adult, I would stop. Whether I know them or know them not, I'm gonna stop because an adult is there. You know what I mean? But today's generation, they don't care who you are. You ever been on the train with them? They don't care who you are. They don't care who you are. They don't care. Even if you're a police officer, they're telling the police officer some indecent languages. I've seen like a 10-year-old cussing out a police officer, right? And you'd be like, who's your parents? Who's your parents? But sometimes it has nothing to do with the parents. It's just that the world is lacked of respect. We're missing that in this society. Does anyone truly understand the word of being called influence? Yeah. You know, The Simpsons had a lot of predictions, right? And there was this series on The Simpsons that talked about music being one of the main influence. Sometimes it could be music. Sometimes it could be your surrounding. Sometimes it could be your friends. Yeah. Sometimes it could be your friends. Sometimes it could be the environment that influence you. And yeah, it does play a major part. I think social media as well as because people don't really watch TV like that anymore. Like on a real note, people don't really watch TV. The movies, the songs that we listen to, it has a lot of influence on not only our young people, but it has a lot of influence on all of us. You know, it has a lot of influence on all of us. But the sad part about it is, I work in the judicial system, right? The sad part about it is, whether you're influenced or not influenced, when something happened and you go before the judge, they don't care about that. They don't care about where your influence come from. They don't care about that. They're saying that everybody has the initiative, that when you come to the fork of the road to know what's wrong and what's right, whether you know it or not. The judiciary system, they don't care about that. Anything that teaches you is influence, starting with movie, music, playing, and yeah. But if you do something that you're not supposed to do, guess what? They have the police there, and they have the judiciary system. And you say, well, the reason why I did that because I listened to this song and the song said I should do that. Or I was watching this movie and it says I should do this. Or I was listening to this play and it says that. The judge is gonna look at you like you're crazy, and the jury, they're gonna look at you like, you know, your attorney is gonna be there trying to defend you as much as possible. But even your attorney sometimes is gonna tell you it doesn't look good before the jury, right? How can we be careful when even them understand them not understand the meaning of influence? That is true. That is so true. Because, you know, subconsciously, even if your mind does not accept it, because your subconscious mind sees it, it becomes a part of you. You know what I mean? It becomes a part of you. And it's not just movies. You could be going on social media. That's why they do marketing on social media. Because you could be watching social media and you see something. And something you probably never needed. Something you probably never wanted. But the fact that it came across your peripheral automatically, or you see another influencer using it, you want it, and now it become a need. So absolutely, I totally agree with that. But how do you survive as a parent in a world that's so chaotic? I know with our parents while we were growing up, right? Well, let me exclude myself. But with you all, while you guys were growing up, I know there was a lot of influence around, right? Like, I can literally tell you guys, I could have been one of the baddest kid in the entire world. Like, I could be, when I was growing up, I could be one of the baddest kid you could ever think of, me and my brother. Because one, if I went missing, nobody would know. My brother would know that I'm missing. Like, literally, guys, let me tell you how serious this is. I leave Kingston and I went to the country. And I stayed there for 3 months, guys. 3 months as a teenager. No missing report. Nobody even missed me. When I came back, they didn't even know I was gone. Nobody knew I was gone. I was not missed. So if somebody had taken me, I wouldn't have been missed. Nobody knew. Probably my brother was a little bit concerned to see where I was. But I don't even think, no, I think he knew that I went to the country, but there was nobody looking for me. Nobody knew where I was. And so I had all the opportunity to do all the bad things. Been around all the bad people. And the funny thing about it is, as much as I was so open in the world as a kid, and I've been around some bad people, I was always protected because of my innocence. Because one, me not like trouble. Anything that has to do with trouble, I do not like it. Anything that has to do with indiscipline, outrageous behavior, that was something that I did not like. And so it was a personal choice for me not to be involved in anything that's going to go against my values. And yeah, there were a lot of influence. There were music, there was movies, there was still a lot of influence there. You got to put a little soap in it. There was a lot of there was a lot of influence around at the time when I was growing up. But I choose not to. I'm like, the life I live as a kid, I will not live that life as an adult. And this is what I always tell myself, that when I get older, once I'm able, because you know in Jamaica, I was working from I was like 14 in the wholesale. But I'm like, when I'm able to fully get a job, I'm going to change everything about how, you know, my entire life is. And I wanted that, you know. The only thing that continuously, Omar says, the only thing that continuously mind can is only let us know its influence, but won't let you or can't avoid it. I think it's a personal choice. I think influence are there, but our decision is a personal choice. And when you go to court, the judge is going to tell you that. The judge is going to say, I understand this man upsets you. I understand you are mad. I understand he provoked you into this argument, but it did not justify your action. So therefore, you're going to have to be charged with the crime. 95% of the time, the judge is going to say that. I don't care how good of a presentation your attorney has. The judge is going to tell you, I understand. You were probably in the store standing up. You were minding your business. You weren't troubling anybody. The man come and say something bad to you. And so you decided that you're going to hurt him, right? Because you were angry. He was disrespectful. But did it justify the crime of what you did? The judge don't care. So do us as humans want to leave our life in the hands of a judiciary system to make a decision for us? No. No matter how bad of a person we are, we know the difference between wrong or right, whether we were trained or not trained. There is a built-in system inside of us that the alarm goes off. I have a very good friend. He's a criminal attorney. Very good criminal attorney in the state of Maryland. When I tell you good, if he can't get you off the case, he can get some of the charges off you. Okay? He's good. Great attorney in Maryland. And oftentimes when we have conversations, because he's like, Maria, you should come to court and just come on one of my hearings and just, observe, what is going on. And I was like, I don't want to be traumatized. I don't want to be traumatized with that, right? And he's like, sometimes you got to get in the mind of the people who do wrong to see where they're coming from. But you also have to get in their mind and make them understand that even though this crime was committed, right? There was a point before that happened that goes off in your head. Bam. But you ignored it. We all have a built-in system that teaches us. Even as adults, guys, you are about to do something wrong, right? And something just go off. I said, nah, don't do that. But sometimes we just shut our eyes and do it. So once the consequences come for that, then everybody wants to cry like a baby. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, this is the reason why. Oh, I didn't. No, we don't have time for that. And this started, I can tell you, 95% of things that happen with children, it started in the home, like with adults. It started in the home. Probably they had did something when they were a kid that wasn't dealt with in the right way, and it feeds back into adulthood. Probably if they get mad and somebody took their stuff, they were able to hurt them, and you'll be like, oh, you did something to him, that's why he hurt you. So how you think he's going to behave when he's an adult? He's going to do the same thing. Let me ask you a question. Can I? Go ahead, Hamar. I'm waiting on your question before I say anything else. So oftentimes some of our adult behavior came from our childhood. Oftentimes. And it's not because your parents didn't tell you. Yes, your parents tell you. And sometimes your parents is the cause of it. Sometimes. It may be not an obvious thing. It may be subtle. That mature into something that's not plausible. It may start off with just a bottle. A kid might take your bottle and you take the bottle and hit him in his head. And probably the adult just laugh about it. They'd be like, they take his bottle and he just slap him. Yeah, that's just a start. So Amar says, okay, when a judge or a pastor or a politician do certain things, people are so mad, or them come with the things named no one is perfect. um Let me answer this. So the common denominator between a pastor, a judge, and a politician is they're all in leadership position, right? They're all in leadership. Different aspect of leadership, but these individuals are persons that people rely on and that people go to for certain needs and necessity. You go to a judge in a court hearing to make a decision. You go to a pastor for your spiritual health and also to help you navigate the challenges in your life. You go to a politician to navigate things in your community and to make change. So each of these persons that you just referred to are persons who make change in our lives, right? And so therefore what you get to understand is because they are seen as a change maker, oftentimes when things scandalous happen with them, they have some leniency, because not that it's right, but because they might say, oh, all right, in law there is a gray area with law, right? And black and white is what stands. And so you may have 99 innocent people and one that is guilty. But the judiciary system rather getting 99 innocent people and one guilty with the effort to control the crime that's on the street. So in regards to the politician is they're saying that the politician may be bad, but because they have done 99% of good things, the one bad thing they do should be overlooked. If you understand. Is it okay? No, it's not. And so what you understand is people who like to get away with bad stuff. Sometimes these are the house that they lodge, because pastor has feed my family. He has given me a house. He helped me with my kids. The mayor has done this. He has done that. So what if this happened? We can overlook it, right? Yeah. And so that's what it's not that they're not perfect. It's that, yes, they identify that they have done bad things. But they're talking about, they're trying to outweigh the good things with all the bad things. For regular people, it doesn't stand the same. So Omar says, oh, just because we can stop the influence as it's a spiritual matter or what? Honestly, yeah, actually it's a spiritual matter. We're living in a world that Satan is rampant. We're living in a world that Satan determined that he's going to take as much as he can with him. He's determined for that, right? And so if you're not spiritually mature to see some of the things that are going on, you're going to be caught up with it too. Absolutely. Omar, that's not crime controlling, that's crime building. Yeah. To be honest with you, of course. It's blue collar crime. It is blue collar crime, you know? Yeah, they're regular people, but as I told you, the difference with them is that, guys, I'm gonna go in the other living room, or should I go in the basement? Let me go in the basement with you guys, because we're on an important topic here. Hold on, guys, let's go. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. Because one thing I can tell you guys, them pitney here, them children here, let me tell you. Hold on. Let's do this. Let me plug you in right here. Because she'll come and she'll make up a whole heap of nice with the plate them. Purposely, you know. And is it because me don't want to knock her out? You see, because me don't want to knock her out, guys? I just move, though. Isn't that the right thing to do? I just move and say, let me go somewhere else. Yeah. Ooh, Jesus. There's something plug out. Hold on. Oh, God, have mercy. Hold on, let me go this way. This is my work area, but I never work. I never work here. Yes. So, they're regular people. You can't kill 99 cause for one person that has no justice. You know, there's a little saying that says, Aga asked his mother why his mouth so long. And the mother says, well, you grow, you come, you will see. I think it's the same thing with society. It's not okay. It is not okay, but sometimes, did you hear about the judge? I think in Atlanta, he retired, and he unalived himself on the day he retired in his chamber. I don't care what status you owe. Once you do something bad, it eats up your inside. I don't care. You could talk to the most notorious killers. They will always try to justify their crimes. They will tell you, I did this because that person did that, or that person is a bad person, why I did this and do that. But they can't rest easy. They are, I just said, tormented. They are frustrated, and sometimes they don't rest easy at night. They don't. So even though that crime may be unseen in the natural world, does the crime is unseen with God? It's not the same. It is not the same, because the way we judge is not the same way he does. We got to remember that Paul became Saul. Saul became Paul, and we remember who Saul was, right? But does it justify what, you know? It does not. It does not justify. I do not condone, but it can happen. It can happen. And one of the reasons why it happen is because when a person has done so many good, people oftentimes sometimes shadow it with saying, oh my God, they have done a lot of good things, and so therefore, because they have done good things, they should be overlooked. Omar says, I think mom used craft to answer their kids at time. Well, sometimes, as a parent, I can tell you sometimes that happen. Sometimes that happen. Omar says, yes, the problem with them giving their take on the reason they do is built-in trips called influence. Yeah. Sometimes you see how a person parent, then I know there's a big thing on gentle parenting, right? There's a whole big thing now that you're influencing online and talking about gentle parenting. Hey, you don't yell at your child, you don't do this, you speak softly to them, whatever. Well, if gentle parenting works for anybody, it works. But am I going to be influenced to say, oh, gentle parenting is the way? I can't say that, Because then again, you're right. The influence that I had as a parent, I had tough love, and I had to figure it out, right? As much I said, my parents parent me and my brother from where they were, right? My mom was married, my father had a relationship, they had two separate lives, and they parent me and my brother from where they were, even though we didn't live with them as kids. If we hear that our mom says something, we want to fix it, right? If we heard that our dad says something, we want to fix it. And the time that we will normally see our parents is when it's time to discipline us, right? But the rest of the time, it's just us. And so that's one of the influence I had while growing up. Do I portray that same influence on my parents? No, I try to be a present parent, but at the same time, where discipline is required, I still try to discipline them, because they may not be a pastor, judge, or a politician, that they may be able to be overseen with unwavered crimes when it happened, right? And so therefore, preparing them for a society that we live in, I try to tell them as much as I know. Omar says none of them in the Bible was more worthy and holy than none of us here today. But guess what? As much as they weren't holy, and they have done some stuff in the Bible. When Moses crossed over, he had to take territories, yes. And that included children, right? It wasn't just adults that got unalive. Children were a part of it too. But if it's noteworthy with God, it should be noteworthy with us, right? And so do we question that? Remember you asked me the other day, are you questioning the mother, the mother of life? When I was saying about Eve, I was just laughing hysterically, because I was just running a joke, you know? But these issues in the Bible are real serious things. But if those were persons that God relied on and he trusts so much, then it's hard for me to question why he used their heart. As I tell you, no matter how bad a person is, it's their heart that they use. But today's society is not going to say, hey, you go unalive 40 people. We're going to use your heart and judge you. I mean, because men can't read heart, only God does, right? And so it's different. Omar says, influence is tough, as your mom need some beating to grow. Some you only need to talk to, and have only just spike some, and none of the above can help. Well, I got 4 kids and 4 different parenting styles. I think some of my parenting skills are when I'm trying to guide them and they're not listening, I kind of like shut down. It's not a good way, guys. As a parent, it's definitely not a good way. I kind of like shut down, because I'm like, I am trying to help you. I'm trying to protect you. And I'm trying to protect you as much as I can. And if you're not allowing me to protect you, I know that there are bad things coming. I know where this leads, because I've seen it. If I haven't seen it in my life, I've seen it in clients' life. I've seen it in people around me, or in the society that I live. I know the results of it. And so if they don't listen, I kind of like shut down, in which that has to do with it as an influence coming from my childhood, right? I shut down as a way of coping mechanism for me, to say that, well, if they're not going to learn, they're going to learn. If they're not going to listen, then they'll learn the hard way. So that's just me shutting down. But even while they're learning the hard way, will it still hurt me? Yes, it will still hurt me. But that's just my coping mechanism. And everybody coping mechanism is different. Some people coping mechanism is spanking, but not, I don't condone spanking. But if you have to do it, don't abuse the child in a child abusive way. You know what I mean? Chef Chevy says, so even though you don't add water to the fish anymore, but should be left you for adding the water just once. Wait, so even though you don't add water to the fish anymore, but should be leave you for adding water just once. I don't understand that, Chef Chef. You're gonna have to rephrase it. I kind of like, I don't know if I'm not reading it right. You don't add water to the fish anymore. Like the fish that I'm cooking, I don't. Oh yeah, you could add it at least once, yeah. But you can add it if you don't have a lot of onions, because the reason why I don't add water, because onions spring water. And so I have onions and the vegetables, they're gonna spring water on low heat. So I don't need to add water. But if I don't have a lot, then I'm definitely gonna need water in it, you know. Another thing in regards to parenting is, you know, I am spot on parents. There's things that I'll see that I kind of ignore, and I'm this parent is like, once I see it, I'm gonna address it. I don't wait. 99 you didn't add, but the one should be should have left. The one time. I see where you get it at. I absolutely see where you get it at. Well, the society is not designated like that. The way this world is created is unfair, and it's not. There's that one time. Probably be the last time. The only thing is with a crime, when you did it 99% of the time, good, and the one time you do bad, because you're a first time offender, the judge kind of have a little leniency with less time, because depends on how anal the crime is, then they'll reconsider and say, oh, because this is the first time, then we don't really have to go as hard as it is. You know, when the attorneys go in the chamber talking to the judge, you know, Your Honor, you probably got to think that, yeah, this client has not done it, has not always been an offender. This is the first time. So based on the rule, you know, we can be more lenient with them. But not all the time it happens. Sometimes not only judge, but people use that one time to make a mark so everybody else can look. You hear Omar talk about influence? You will have a guy took somebody's bag, in which it's not an heinous crime. And in the rule book, they'll probably be looking like probably 12 months to a year, minor first offender. But a judge will do the maximum, 5 years, just for taking that one bag, because they want to send a message, to influence out there that, hey, if you take people bag, you're going to spend up to 5 years in prison, right? So sometimes that happens. Sometimes you're that guinea pig for the one time you did it, become a mark for others to hear. Like, there is precedent out there that John Doe versus the state of Maryland took a bag, and it's a first offense, but the judge gave the maximum to the crime. And the reason for that is trying to set precedent so that other people knows that if you took up somebody's bag that don't belongs to you, that's a crime. That's the consequences it's gonna face, and there's precedent to match it. And so it is not fair. It's absolutely not fair. And that's why us as parents, we don't want our kids to set precedent in a bad way. You know, we try to correct them now. So Omar said, that's what I'm asking about the influence, as me did the same as you. The judge sent you to prison and sent me to road. It's not understandable, honestly, my opinion. So, okay. Oftentimes when things like that happen in the court system is, one, you might see somebody go on the road and one person get fined. sometimes there is not enough evidence to bind the person to the crime. So even though they did the crime, if there is not enough evidence and witness to bind the person to the crime, they can walk. While if that person, the other person, did the crime in front of a camera, people were vlogging, they had witnesses who come to court, it's a whole different scenario. So sometimes you see a lot of things happen in court, and sometimes again you have to think that there's a jury, they're all jurors sitting there, and these are humans who are selecting and based on your story making the decision on whether you walk or whether you stay. So as an attorney, it is the attorney's job to convince the jury that their crime is I'm veteran, my God. Their client is innocent. So yes, it's unfair. But in the judiciary system, it's black and white, and there's always a gray area. So I might do the crime, but you can't place me to the crime. Yes, am I guilty? But you can't place me to the crime. While the other person do the same thing, but I can place them to the crime. I have witness. I have several witnesses. I have cameras. How are you going to get off? How are you going to get off? So that's what makes the difference, Amar. If your client did a crime and your client, there is nothing. Yes, your state of mind could be different when you're doing the crime, and your attorney would have to prove that. But if there's plain blank evidence showing everything leading you to the crime, you think you're going to walk? It's not going to happen. They can get you a lesser time, but definitely not walk. You're not going to just scotch right walk. You probably walk with a slap on the wrist. There you go, girl. They're human beings. That's what it's all boiled down to. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. For a person to be on tape and to get away, the only way a person on tape get away is unless there were other factors behind that leading up to the crime, that they were probably coerced into doing a crime, and there's proof to show that there were coercion in them committing the crime, and they're able to do a plea or a proctor. They go in and do a proctor and give up whoever they have to give up. That's the only way. On tape and to just it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen unless they go in and do a proctor. It's just not gonna happen. Omar, of course, people on camera get away, and as I said, they can get away if they go in and give a proctor, and there are other people who are connected to the crime. And if they do get away, they're gonna have probation. Something is just not walk. Unless it shows their state of mind at the time that they were unstable and they were threatened for their lives, and they can prove that, and they're gonna give a proctor and give up whoever other parties are involved, then yeah. But otherwise, I doubt it. I doubt it. Unless you're in a state. It says cartel is enough to prove. Okay. In cartel case, I told my husband from the very first day. I remember when I saw him in Jamaica and he was asking me about the whole cartel case. I was like, they did not have any jurisdiction to place this crime. Even if he's guilty in the crime in which many people believe he is, okay, his phone was tampered with. And so the whole case is contaminated. Do you understand that? Do you understand that a person can walk if the crime scene is contaminated? Do you understand that? And oftentimes police officers do that to make whoever is responsible walk. If the whole evidence thing is contaminated, do you really? There's constitutional right. The Geneva Convention prevent these things from happening. No country should have that much power that you can contaminate a evidence or a crime scene, and that because the person did it just to place it on them. It doesn't work. So constitutionally, I knew that he was gonna get out. I knew it. So the first time when the appeal went down, I was like, that is crazy. So I know it would have to go to England. So I'm not saying he's not guilty. I'm saying is you cannot contaminate a crime scene or contaminate evidence, and you think you're gonna place it on somebody. That's why we have the Supreme Court. So things like that don't happen. So if it falls through one court and it falls through the appeals court, and then it has to go to the Supreme Court. Like yeah. That's how it works. Let me see what you said. Right now, Omar says, all I can say is it's very sad, but just try and do your best in growing your kids. Omar, no. It's a money roll. Well, if it was a money roll in his case to contaminate the evidence because they know it could lead to that, then, oh, hey, it happens. It's a third world country. But you see, he had to spend some time before the whole appeal thing was done. And that's why the Supreme Court kicked it out, because there's no substantial backative to place the man to the crime, because there were too many tampered evidence. There were too many. But it's a third world country. What do you expect? You know? Omar says, hello. Please, I've seen the two evils on each side. Nobody said not even him. He didn't say he was innocent. Right? But the court finds him innocent. Because constitutionally, his document was tampered with, and they submit that into evidence in court. You crazy? Then with Geneva Convention, do you know we have international laws that protects the land? That's why a president and nobody knows can't just have so much power to do what they want. You think about it, you know? So I'm not saying he's guilty, and I'm not saying he's innocent. But even if he was guilty, they violated his constitutional right. And everybody is allowed that right. So, yeah, for me and mine, just pray for me as a parent. Just pray for me. As a parent, I've given it my all. I give it everything. I'm a present parent. My kids will tell you that I'm not present, but I'm 100% present, right? I'm too present that nothing falls through the crack, and I think that's what they don't like. But I do that to protect them, you know? But I'm not always going to be there to protect them. I'm just not always going to be there. Who knows? I may not be here again very soon. Who knows? You know, no, life is not promised to anybody to live forever. So at the same time, I want them to have the tools to know that, hey, you may not have an outside voice telling you when you're wrong. So you got to rely on the inside voice that's going to guide you, you know? And you have several inside voice. You have a good inside voice and you got a bad inside voice. A bad one will say, go do it. And a good one is counter. I said, no, don't do it. Have you ever heard both voices? Because I have. But you got to know which one to listen to. You know? Omar says then why who contaminated the crime scene was not sent to prison? Yeah, because some judge Some judge contaminated the crime scene. I don't know how she did that. I don't even know if she still practices, if she still even have a law license. Yeah, she contaminated the evidence. She contaminated it. I don't know how she did that. I don't know. But that's where his constitutional rights was breached. They tampered with the phone conversation. They contaminated the evidence. The witness got contaminated. That should have been dropped in Jamaica. I shouldn't have to go to England Supreme Court, you know. But hey, the judiciary system. It has nothing to do with third world country. Of course, it happened in the first world country too. Trust me, it does. But I'm like, it's more prevalent there. You can, a police officer stop you in Jamaica, you can pay them off and them let you go with illegal anything. Right? In America, it happened, but depends on where you are. You can't try that with any police officer in America, but in Jamaica, you can try it with any police officer. You got a stock of cash, they pull you over the illegal stuff, you give it to them, you go. Okay? And that's how it is in third world country, right? It happened here in more rougher cities like Baltimore and stuff like that. It happened in those cities. But not any police officer here can see and do that, you know? That's why I'm saying it's not like I'm picking on my country, Jamaica, or third world on a whole. It's just a reality of life, you know? If I was a judge, he ain't walking. You got to remember, being a judge, you have to apply the law. You're not above the law. You have to apply the law. And the way a crime is scaled is in a rule book. They have a rule book as the maximum crime on what can be done and what can't be done. And sometimes, even though some judge try to reach the maximum to what can be done, if it's not done right, it can be appealed and overturned. Okay, so keep that in mind. Omar, please don't be confused, sunshine. GTA said, at last, I'm still here. Yes, nice. Omar, it's open everywhere. I may be often than some. Omar says, that's why I don't separate. Omar says, police, I got a prison lawyer, I got a prison doctor, I got a prison. Everybody go to prison. Judge go to prison too. You know, judge go to prison? Judge go to prison too. You know? But there's a gray area. That's all I gotta tell you. There is a gray area. Unless you are a criminal by profession, you won't know the gray area. Before I go, guys, I'm gonna wrap up with you guys now, but I was in my criminal justice class in my undergrad years, and I had a sergeant who taught the class. And he covers a more it's not a ghetto here in Maryland, but a more crime-based area in Maryland, in which everywhere has crime, but there is more like a crime-based area. Not as much, but you know. And he told me that, and the reason why he said the story is in the class was because I was Jamaican, right? He said that criminals, they go to prison and they educate themselves in regards to the law to know what you can and can't do. Okay. He said that there was a Jamaican guy who was running a ring, and they so wanted to catch him. They bleach on him, but this guy was so clever. They said they did everything. The whole police squad was out for that one Jamaican guy. He had a clique of people working with, but this was a prisoner who went to prison, who educated himself with the system. But the cops, they had bonus on his name, right? They wanted him. So one morning, They bleached on him. They caught him with the contraband in his truck. Is it in his trunk, right? So they stopped him and say, "Hey, we are looking." First he asked, "Why did you stop me?" And the police officer told him that they heard about a crime in the area. Some man is on foot. They were looking for him, and they presume that it is the guy who's driving the car. So he's like, "Wait, so some man just do some crime. Them run on foot. You see me in my car and you stop me?" So they're like, "Hey, we gotta hold you." They said, "Want to search your car? Give us permission?" He's like, "Heck no. I don't give you permission to search my car. No." So they were trying to hold him so that they could, he's like, "Am I under arrest? Am I free to go? What is going on? I'm here 2 hours. What's going on?" But it's on the weekend. So they were trying to get a judge to sign for them to have a search warrant for his car. Anyway, they couldn't get a judge to sign. Okay? They could not get a judge to sign. And he was getting frustrated, and so my professor, the sergeant, they all went. And so basically, my professor, he basically say, "Hey, you're gonna have to change the statement. You can't talk about man pound foot, because that's what you tell him. But hey, we gotta, you know how police officers, right? They say something, them write something totally different, and we gotta change the statement because the judge not gonna really buy this. You know what I mean? While we stop him." And he's like, he feel offended because police is always interrogating his home, stopping him. He feels like there's some racism or they have something against him. And so the guy was literally, because he is a trained criminal, okay? Anyway, they couldn't get a judge to sign the search warrant, so they seized the car, illegally seized, in which they pounced upon the illegal substance in his trunk. So he was in jail, locked up, waiting for the court. And so he has an attorney. His attorney was like, first of all, they didn't have a search warrant to take his car. They were looking for a man on foot, because that's what they tell him. And he was driving a car. So how you stop somebody while drive a car if you look for a man who do some crime or run and not carry him a drive? And so anyway, the case got dismissed. Man, they were mad. They were so mad. The case got dismissed. Do you know the guy asked the judge if he could get back his his substance? No, it's so, maybe something, the amount of substance they caught him with, this boy would be in jail until today, bro. They so swear they had him. They so swear they did everything right just to get the boy. And he still walked. Because they did an illegal search. They didn't have a probable cause. So, Amar, remember that. A lot of criminals are trained criminals. They know the system just more than the police officers, because many of these police officers coming out of the academy, them just know for stop and arrest. Them no know say. Them have to learn the law to themselves. Okay? And so that is where the problem comes in, Amar. Okay? And I'm telling you about a real life situation. That was an amazing professor. I had another professor who's a prosecutor in Baltimore County. And I have several other stories that I could share with you, but I'm not going to share it today. But just remember that they're criminals who are trained criminals, and they're criminals who are just an immature criminal trying to, I guess who just trying to try a thing and they don't really know the thing. So that's why when you go back to the whole Gaza thing, yeah. Let me just say one more thing. What's the one more thing before I go? Tell me. One more thing. Tell me. Tell me. After this, then I'm going to go, guys. Omar says, there was a girl from the Gaza camp that got 5 years road sentence and 4 public mischief. Okay. Probably Her stuff wasn't tampered with. Well, I'm sorry for whoever lost their life. I do apologize. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I'm sorry for their loss. Um, but even though they have lost their life, the convicted did their time. They did 13 years in prison. And so I think the reason why they draw it out so long, because they know that they were gonna win the appeal, but they just wanted them to do some time. But in the interim of that, they also suffer loss because they have lost their mom, they have lost their mother-in-law, they themselves has incurred loss. So both parties are hurt. One wrong decision doesn't make it right. But I think if a person served the time and the judiciary system call it acquitted, we just have to leave it as that and just pray for the affected to heal. Pray for the family to heal, right? Pray for the family who lost their son to heal, and also pray for the plaintiff themselves, that they can heal with themselves, because don't think a crime could just happen so aimlessly and you just forget about it. You just go to bed and you just sleep, right? It just don't happen, guys. I'm telling you, it just doesn't. You said one last thing. I'm not wishing Cartel bad, but you don't know it's Convo. Yeah, I mean, as I said, Saul turned into Paul. I don't know his relationship with God. I don't know if he actually did the crime. I don't know if he did and he asked God for forgiveness. I don't know the severity of it. But one thing I know, that there is no crime that is too big that God cannot forgive you for. And we just got to pray for healing for the mother who lost her son. And we got to pray that whoever did the crime asks for forgiveness and they themselves can have a relationship with God. So that's my take on that. I don't think that there's no crime that's too big that God cannot forgive. Not because the crime is big or not the crime is small. Forgiveness is for everybody, right? But that's why, you see, Cartel father was a good man. He went to work. He worked hard. It had nothing to do with parenting. And he can tell you that. He said, my father went to work every day. He provided for us. He grew us good. He went to a good school. And he still chose the life he wanted. So we go back to the whole fact again about parenting. It has nothing to do with how a parent raised you. Once a child becomes an adult, whatever decision they make is solely on their decision. It's not God that run case on earth. What I'm saying is, he did the time. He served 13 years in prison. 13 years. I've known men kill men in here. Unalive man, I would say. Let me not use that word. Unalive man. And they don't even do time. Okay? I've known people unalive. Look at Trayvon Martin. His perpetrator is still on the road. Okay? Innocent little boy did nothing. All right? So therefore, there's no crime too big, no crime too small. The guy did 13 years. He did his time. His case was acquitted. And so now we just have to pray for healing for both sides, because as I said, they both had lost. They both lost loved ones, so they know what it feels like to lose somebody that you love while they were incarcerated. They both had loss, right? And so, does two wrong make it right? No. Does it have anything to do with parenting? Why those men turn out to be where they are? No. The victim who lost his life, Is it because his mother didn't raise him right? Is it because his mother didn't tell him to stay away from bad friends and bad company? No. It had to do personally with their own decision, hanging around the wrong group, the wrong people that end up costing his life and causing so much problem for others. I saw you, my love. I saw you. Yeah. No, it didn't do this. Judge says 34 before parole. 34 before parole if they had went about it the right way. How was it? How did you do?
I did pretty good.
You knew your words?
Yeah, I kind of know a little bit of my words.
So what happened?
So I was kind of struggling, but I didn't cry this time.
Uh-huh.
I was still leading myself.
Okay, still a lead? Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the book? How do you read?
I read pretty well, but it was I was still a little bit. I was still a little bit like I was still definitely was getting with this one word.
Which word you didn't know?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
But I think I said I need on my other words. I just need this kind of word, and that's it.
Okay.
This sheet of paper.
She gave you another sheet?
Yeah, and he told the other words, throw in the trash can. So I did. I throw in the trash can.
So you got some new words.
Yeah, so I throw in the trash can. It was just one piece of paper. And I throw it in the trash can. And it said,
Okay.
well, then I just said definitely I told you said throw this in the trash can. Then I throw it in. I put it in the trash can. Didn't care. Took a Bible.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Mommy, you
Yeah.
really get that pretty cool.
Huh?
I got 50 words. I have to spell.
15?
No, actually, hold on. Let me speak. Hold on.
She's telling me about, so she had 15 words to know. And she said she didn't do bad, but her tutor said she can toss those words now. So I guess she did well. But she had a book. She finished the whole book in 2 days. Cat in a Hat. But she said while she was reading, because probably she was not focused or probably distracted a little bit, she missed one of the words. But yeah. But Amar says, but they went about it the right way. They just wanted to let the man go. Okay, yeah. If they had went about it the right way, if they had not tampered with no evidence, if they have not contaminated the whole evidence pool, then yes, he would have did 34 years. Absolutely. No, the people are now feeling ways as I remember them of Jesus Christ and Barnabas. So what I said to Omar is, yeah, think about it as your child. You raised your child well. You gave them all the tools to survive. They end up with the wrong group of people. They lost their life. You can't tell me that guy's parents didn't want him. You can't tell me that. I don't care how bad of a parent you are. You can't tell me that. I did not see my parents. I didn't get up in the morning time and see my mom and my dad. I get up and see my brother, but I never saw my mom and my dad. So my brother is my parent. And as much as he's 2 years older than I am, yeah, he warned me. Where he find a room to warn me 2 years older than me, I don't know. I remember when I pick up smoking, his friend saw me smoking. He give it to me one time. Okay. He give it to me proper. And until today, I'm a grown up. If he get upset with me, I feel like I let him down, you know? Because he's still like that parent who is there to guide and protect me. You know what I mean? And so therefore, don't know where he found it in the room. That allowed him to be mature though. And to make good decision because he had a little sister to take care of. Right? And he don't want no bad report, because if any bad report, my mom and my father are going to hear about it, and we're going to have to go see them or we hear them out. And so my brother, we're raised in England. I give my hats off to him for taking up the role and the responsibility he did, but he kind of contributed to, I had a real bad anger issue. I feel like if somebody says something to me, I verbally and physically would have to address
Here's the
it.
words.
And my brother told me that you can address it
Don't get me
inside, but
so
not
annoyed.
outside, and prevent a lot of problems. Let me see these words here. Oh, you still got back some of the same words, girl.
No, how many words
So
I got?
you know this. You don't know this word. What is this?
Eat?
Yeah. So why is this on this paper?
No, I thought you told me to write that. How much words are there? How much words?
Oh yes, it's 15. Because you have now snow, snowman, snowflakes, and snowball. It's because we have snow outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so cold. You're so warm.
Yeah.
Like a teddy bear.
I'm warm like a teddy bear.
Yes.
Guys, she said I'm warm. Like, man, I love them when they're this age. I don't want Gabby to become a teenager. Like, seriously. I just don't want, when they become a teenager, they hate you and they think you hate them. Mm-hmm. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you. Say hi to them.
Hi guys.
His brother 4M sent Anne. Yeah, when they're this age, they love you, boy. They love you. Everything about you. But once they reach middle school, anything you say to them, you hate them. That's what they think. Oh, you just hate me. I have one who tell me that. I don't know why. You just hate me so much. I'm like, girl, you want me to hate you. If I didn't get a C-section, I probably would. Come over here with it, Gabby. Why is it so heavy?
It's full of water, so I don't
Oh,
fall down.
water.
So I don't fall down.
Oh, that's a big tub, man. Let me see.
You had to punch it. Mommy, now you're doing it too soft. This I punch.
Oh, where's your gloves?
I don't need my gloves. I can do my whole fist.
Ooh, ooh, the fighter is here. They said, what's for dinner? I'm gonna go to the international store. I think I'm gonna make some soup. I think more I make some red pea soup. I don't know. I think I'm gonna make some red pea soup.
Well, I'm going to spaghetti.
Spaghetti again?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to go to the store now. Yeah, hormone grows. And yeah. By the time I turn 25, they said, Mom, you were right. But hey, I may not be here for them to tell me, Mom, you were right. You know, but hey, it is what it is. We can't put saltfish in our red pea soup?
No, we can't.
Wait, let me see what I got right. Alright.
I'll
Can I put saltfish in our red pea soup?
you. I
Tell me, I'm gonna know.
have you.
Alright, come, mommy, come hug me up. You gonna go to the store with me? I like your pants that you're wearing.
Thank you.
Where you got that pants? Is the one that we bought at Target?
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go to the store. Yeah, no. It's not 12. As they reach, let me give it an age, 11. They start middle school here at 11. You see, once they reach into middle school, trust and believe me, I'm encountering it right now. The attitude, the behavior, the way they behave, they're disrespectful. Before that, everything is good. But once they reach middle school, age 11, that's it. And my husband think it has to do with public school. It has nothing to do with public school. Any school level. I said that could be. Yes, saltfish in red pea soup, yeah. I never know. I wonder if we can try it today. I'm afraid. Omar, you want me to try it today? Put some saltfish in a red pea soup?
No, do not.
We're gonna look it up. But you have to fry up the saltfish first and then add it to the soup. Also, let me fry it up and season it up and then add it to the soup.
Mommy,
Boil it off.
do not do that. Do not do that.
We're gonna try it.
Don't do it because it's so bad.
I'm gonna do it. What be sure I do? What be sure I do it? I need I know, man. Any school or church. That's why I saw the Mormons them doing it. The Mormons them keep. Gabby, stop with the knives, no man. Come hug me. The Mormons them keep them in check. All right, so me and Gabs is gonna go to the store. Why are we wearing black today? Why are we wearing black? So Gabby's told last night I woke up. Who's sleeping beside her dad?
Don't. He's not telling me what he's talking about. I was in my room today.
So she has been in her room, guys. She has improved a little bit. She has improved a little bit. She's been in her room.
No.
Wait. Let me tell Omar.
No.
So Omar, this morning she sleep beside our father because we told us your daddy's girl, right? So I asked her, why weren't you in your room? Why are you here? Why are you sleeping beside my husband? She says, mommy, I really miss you guys. Can I stay in your room until I'm 15? 15 years old, guys. I know by the time she reaches 11, she don't want to be in our room because that's when the attitude starts. That's when the attitude starts. Yeah, just season the pot and put the saltfish. So put up like the green pepper and onion in the pot and then put up the saltfish and put it in
black
there.
today?
Huh?
Why would we?
No, Omar tell me about saltfish and I've never tried that before.
Why are we wearing both black today?
I don't know.
We're like twins.
Twins, where have you been?
Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody will love me like you can't even deny it. Every time I try it, remember to deny it, by to feel it. If I read
You were made for me. You were
made for me. Only for me.
You were made for me. Guys, remember this? I hope anybody who are following me from Gabby so little, you know. Remember how Gabby love on me every day? So when Gabby reaches 11, you know, which is 3 more years, make sure I'm made for her. And mommy, you don't like me. You just have so much things to say about me. You just only care about grades. Right? Did I cut you?
You cut me a little bit.
I scratched you a little bit. Yeah. My fingernail is cut.
You need to cut your fingers now.
Yes, kids do that.
Your fingernails are too sharp now.
Yeah, they're sharp.
No, not your hand.
I was trying
a clipper.
Girl, I'm from Jamaica, girl.
Can you see?
I just use my finger like that. Oh, my teeth can't bite it anymore because I used to wear braces, so my teeth are like. I used to wear Invisalign, not braces. You're gonna be like, Mommy, I've never seen you have braces. So remember the saltfish if it already salted. So no more saltfish in the soup. Just a little piece. All right, Omar, I'm gonna come back later because we already got a store. I want to get some sweet potato. Make some pudding.
Why is your face so soft?
Because my face is as soft as my heart.
So your heart is hard, but your face is soft?
My heart is soft and my face is soft.
How?
Because I have a soft heart.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, my love. I love you
hard.
so much.
My face is hard.
So you have a hard heart. Plug up my charger under there. Can we go back upstairs? Plug up my charger. I hate coming down here.
Why do you hate?
You guys were watching a movie. I see the movie theater right there, girl. You guys watch a whole movie theater down here. You didn't even. I wasn't even invited. They had a whole movie theater set up down here, and I wasn't even invited, guys. Please read properly. Piglet asks mommy, Why is your nose so long? He replied, you're growing, you will see. You heard what Omar says? You're going to ask me, Mommy, why is your nose so long? You are growing, you will see. That's my teacher at Winard Road, All Age. He always say that to me. Like, Lorea, when you get older, Mr. Gale, you're going to understand why my nose is so long. Come on, man. Come on, man. Is Brissy in her room?
No, he loves to work.
Could you turn off that light for me? Because I told that girl to stop leaving that light on until she have some bills in this house. Then she'll know. All right, guys. I'm going to leave you guys right here. Omar, I'm going to see you later. You said, I'm dying for you. And Gabby love time. Yeah, Gabby is an amazing kid. All right, come say bye, Gabs.
Bye, guys. Ha. Hey, Mommy, look.
Huh? What? Nobody bite that, man. Ah, Gabby, nobody bite that while I'm here.
Go, Mommy.
Guys, you go bite the balloon. No, don't do that, Gabby. I don't like balloon, yeah?
Why?
I have PTSD for balloons from when I was a kid.
PSD?
PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Bye, guys.
That's not what PTSD stands for.
Wait, hold on. What do you say?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
What? Hello. Do you know that I work in an appeals court for veterans, right? You see me, I tell guys, before I go, you see me, I telling you guys? Them know everything. I'm gone. Bye.